Right, good morning. Apologies, just a few minutes running late here. Welcome to Belfast Indoor Bowls Club, Short Mat Players Tour World Masters 2024. We're currently on the show mat, watching first game of the day. Give me a few minutes to catch up, just sorting out some technical stuff. Starting a different end this morning, which has caught me out a little bit. But we will be with you in a minute. Not sure the situation here, so I'm not going to try and report on this. I can tell you we've got Steve Burrows versus Stephen Jeffers, but I will update you a bit in a minute when I understand what's going on. Very good second bowl, that last bowl. Steve Burrows taking 1-2 out. So we'll get back onto our normal standards, hopefully. So Steve Jeffers takes a 2-shot advantage from the first end. You see the two players we've got. Steve Jeffers versus Steve Burrows. And this is the last game of the round robin. For this event, I'll just get all the cameras set up. Right, so I think we're back on track now. So, good morning, welcome anybody watching. So, Steve Jeffers leads off. Good start, just a few inches past the jack, 4 or 5 inches perhaps. Steve Burrows coming on the backhand as well.
We will be making a note of these people that don't turn up for the marking duties, and they will not be participating in the Irish Open if they're down to play, because it's not fair on everybody else. So can we have some, if you're still looking for a marker, can I ask you to hold your hand up please, and we'll get some volunteer markers out to you.
Steve Jeffers, his second bowl of this end. Craig just on the mic there requesting some volunteer markers. The part of the system here is that every player is allocated certain marking duties. Some players are exempt from that, they carry out umpiring duties instead, but it's really critical to the smooth running of these events that people turn up for their marking duties. If they don't, it can cause a lot of problems. So look, 9 o'clock start this morning. Already we've got a couple of games running late because the designated markers haven't turned up. And Craig quite rightly has said that if you fail to turn up for your marking duties, and it's quite clear, it's on your scorecards when you pick them up. If you don't turn up for your marking duties, you will be exempt from the next event here, which is the Irish Open in September. And if that sounds harsh, they try to run very professional events here, so it's an important part of what we do. Right, back to the bowls. You can see, very good head here. Stephen Jeffers just playing a little bit of weight, looking to draw through this split. Pick shot, looks very good from here. Great bowl that is. Very, very good. Marker just chalking it. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, James. Good morning to everybody. As you can see, very good head. Steve Burrows with the... Morning, Danny. Steve Burrows with the final bowl of this end. He's looking to pop that out on the forehand, hit good contact on this front bowl. I don't think he quite had the pace for that. He's turned one of his bowls over, it's not quite there. Looks like one to Steve Jeffers. So 2 ends played. Steve Jeffers goes into a 3-0 lead. Good morning, Martha Bell. Trevor, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Volunteer marker for that 32. Volunteer marker for that 32.
Craig's still looking for volunteer markers. So, good start from Steve Jeffers. Puts the jack long. He's literally 3 inches past. Steve Burrows with his first bowl on the forehand. Just slightly short of the mark. Steve Jeffers again pushing this out wide. Coming all the way back. Apologies, I can't tell you the bowls, but I would suggest that that's an elite or a lignoid. Very good strong finish on it. Steve Burrows with slightly straighter bowls. Good wood coming in here. There we go, yeah. It's a back toucher. So Steve Jeffers just shaping up to play this with a little bit of pace. Looks to be very close here. Yeah, good contact. Gets a toucher. Looks like his line shot. Very, very close. Please feel free to comment on what you're watching. Do our best to bring you the best coverage across the weekends. Any suggestions, any requests, please don't be frightened to ask. And also let us know where you are in the world. And I'll keep mentioning that if you enjoy watching our bowls events, then if you've got access to YouTube, get yourselves onto YouTube, search for the Short Mat Players Tour, and you will find a wealth of bowls. Many, many games to watch over the last 10 years or so, really. And you will be watching some of the best bowls from the best players in the world. And once you're on there, try and subscribe. We've got currently around about 850 subscribers. Be nice to get up to that 1,000 mark. So Steve Jeffers with his last bowl of this end. I think he's looking to play Steve Burrows' bowl out here. This looks very good. That's a very, very confidently played bowl. Now lies 2. He could not have played that better.
Last call for Carl Gallagher to bat 9, please. Last call for Carl Gallagher to bat 9 to play, please. Thank you.
So Steve Burrows, line 2 shots down as far as I can see. Slightly difficult for me, they've all got different stickers here. A combination of stickers on their bowls doesn't help me or the marker, I suspect. So Steve Burrows making contact here. Who's that jack gone to? He's putting his arms up. Not sure what the situation is. He's very unlucky there. One to Steve Jeffers. So he's popped it out, raises his arms in non-triumph. Unlucky. Never easy to calculate exactly where that jack's going to go. So as you can see, scoreboard ticks over. After 3 ends, Stephen Jeffers leads by 4 shots to 0. So on to the 4th end. Morning Shannon, morning Jean, morning Stuart. Thanks for joining us. Morning Carol. So Steve Burrows, good weight, just under the line there. Steve Jeffers coming up with his 2nd bowl on his backhand. Yeah, very good. Just a little tickle on the jack. Morning Ellen, thanks for joining us. For those not aware, this has been streamed from the Belfast Indoor Bowls Club, which is at Shoresbridge, just outside of Belfast itself. And you're watching the last of the group games in the 2024 World Masters, which is organised by the Short Mat Players Tour. Steve Burrows looks making a good attempt here. Just slides by. Still shot down, I think. Morning, Richard. Morning, Bradley. Steve Jeffers just checking. Two very relaxed players here. Morning, Andrew. Steve Jeffers coming up on the backhand with big swingy bowls. His last bowl of this end. Slightly dirty wood. Marcus just punching out. Morning, Ricky. Sorry you're not here, mate. Missing a cracking weekend. Marcus just pointing out that Steve Jeffers' last bowl's got chalk on it. It's not a toucher. Sorry, I'll move across. I can't see the head. Steve Burrows just pushes that one wide. He's looking disappointed with himself. Good morning, Richard. Morning, Alistair. Yeah, so one shot to Steve Jeffers to show you the scoreboard. Steve Jeffers leads 5 shots to 0 after 4 ends. So we move on to the 5th end. Still early morning here, not everybody here. The 9 o'clock starters and some of the markers have turned up. 1 or 2 markers very naughtily have not turned up. And as Craig's announced earlier, they will be banned from the next event here. And quite rightly so. So Steve Jeffers puts it long, absolutely nails the draw again. Perfect draw. Not giving Steve Burrows a look in yet. We're in 2 Rosemarys at the same time. Good morning to you both, ladies. Decent reply from Steve Burrows. Steve Jeffers swaps to his forehand. Mr. Windmill, good morning to you. Congratulations on reaching the final of your PBA event yesterday. Watched it this morning. Some good stuff. Your time will come. Morning, Kieran. Steve Jeffers sending this one wide again. As I say, apologies, I don't know the bowls, but they do look to be like a Taylor Elite or Taylor Lignoid. Big swingy bowls. Morning, Stuart. Sunny Tenerife, isn't it? Oh, Steve Burrows, he's just not quite getting the rub at the minute. Morning, Gavin. Again, good toucher there. He'd be happy with the touch if it's just run through. Can't quite make it happen at the moment, but it will come.
She's out of bed yet.
So Steve Burrows certainly playing well, but Steve Jeffers at the minute, he's all over it. Again, pops another very good bowl in to make Mr. Burrows' shot. Gran Canaria, home later. Oh, back to real weather. So Steve Burrows with his last bowl of this end. What's he going to do here? I think he can do much more than try and do the perfect draw. He's not far away, is he? Well, he is. 18 inches short, perhaps. Not sure how many that was. Find out in a minute. Scoreboard ticks over. Another shot to Steve Jeffers, who moves into a 6 shots to 0 advantage after 5 ends. So, on to the 6th end. Steve Jeffers puts it long and draws, 3 inches short. Good start. Morning, Andy. Morning, Connie. Morning, Kyle. Thanks for joining us. Second ball from Steve Jeffers. Looks very good again. Yeah, just pushed it through a bit. Probably a foot past the jack. Morning, Nigel. Burrows, good effort this. Yeah, just moves the shot bowl away a bit, so he'll be happy with that. Can see the jack now. Morning, Lawrence. Morning, Richard. Thanks for joining us early on a Sunday morning. Steve Jeffers just putting a little bit more weight on this one. Might be taking his own bowl out here, but yeah. Still line shot with that bowl. Another toucher. Steve Burrows can do here. Is he past that front bowl? No. Is that his bowl? Can't tell. There's such a mix of stickers here. So, Steve Jeffers coming to have a look. Just looking to see if he's holding. Morning, Andy Thompson. Thanks for joining us. Everybody watching, those just joining us, you are watching the last of the group games here in the World Masters, Short Mat Players Tour World Masters, and we are at the Belfast Indoor Bowls Club, Shores Bridge, just outside Belfast. Morning, Ryan. Good morning, Peter. Thanks for joining us. Stephen Burrows with his last bowl of this end. I think it looks like his line shot here. He'll be looking to draw that back bowl of... I think he's a bit tight here. Yeah, tight and short. He won't be happy with that. Steve Jeffers just taking a look. It's obviously close for a shot. He can't call it. Umpire. So we call for an umpire. Close measure, first measure of the day on this mat. So Craig Budgie comes in to do the measuring. Craig is director of the SMPT. Out come the calipers. What does the audience think? I favour the one he's looking at now. That looks to be shot bowl to me. Morning, Sean. Thanks for joining us. James John Davis, nice to see you on again. See where Craig goes with this. Just move around slightly. Yeah, favoured that one. So Steve Burrows gets on the mark. Changes the jack length straight away. So after 6 ends, Stephen Jeffers leads by 6 shots to 1. It has been a long jack for the first 6 ends. And Steve Burrows has immediately gone short. Trying to change the scope of this game. Morning, Michelle, Katie, Tony Stevens. Good morning to you all. Let's get this camera just right. So, Steve Burrows puts it short, absolutely nails it. Perfect draw. Morning, Terry. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Had a few new join in the last 5 minutes or so. Mentioned a few times. If you like watching these games, there are a lot more games available on YouTube. If you go onto YouTube and search for Short Map Players Tour, there is a wealth of bowls to watch. Some of the top players in the world, and there's some really top class games of bowls. Please go on and watch it on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Much more interesting than Netflix. So, excellent second bowl from Steve Jeffers. Jack's pretty well hidden now. Not an easy draw, this. Steve Burrows going to do? Is he going to try and change his head? Yeah, he's playing a bit of pace. Yeah, he just tightened his arm there. He's caught it tight. That little twitch in the arm. Easily done. Steve Jeffers looking to draw this again on the backhand. A bit wide, not happy with that. He's had very few loose bowls. Morning, Keith. Morning, Billy. Gets it this time. Is it yours? Yes, Steve Burrows a bit frustrated by that one. He needed that contact with his previous bowl. Give himself a chance with his last bowl. Steve Jeffers certainly getting to this one. So, scoreboard ticks over. I believe they've signified 2 to Steve Jeffers. We'll see any second now. Michael leaves the jack there, look, so they can't start without him. It's a good tactic, otherwise people can rush you. So yeah, this scoreboard ticks over. Stephen Jeffers leads 8 shots to 1 after 7 ends played. So 3 ends to go. We're playing 10 ends on this event. Some events we do have 12 ends, but there's a lot of entries here. 216 players this weekend. So for the smooth running of it, it drops back to 10 ends. Some players prefer the 12, some prefer the 10. So Steve Jeffers goes back to the long jack and immediately puts one on pretty well on it. Just sense an air of frustration with Steve Burrows. Can't quite get ahead of Steve Jeffers at the moment. Well, Josh. Morning, Dennis. Yeah, he's still battling on, mate. He's one of the old crew like myself. Good effort from Steve Burrows here. Oh, it's just a bit unlucky again. Just outside the line. It's not really gone his way this morning. As I always say, that's not down to him not playing well. He is playing well, but Steve Jeffers has been exceptional. That looks to be dead. Yep, marker takes it off. Steve Burrows really does need to pull up a couple here. Yeah, so draws a very good bowl. He'll be happy to get one on it, finally. 2 bowls to come this end. Steve Jeffers, this hasn't happened too often, actually finds himself shot down. I'm very well, thanks, Alan. Thanks for asking. Steve Jeffers is after this. Oh, well, he's come under it, found a gap that you wouldn't think was there. Morning, big lad. It's Jamie Smith. I'm saying good morning too. What's it like up north this morning? Steve Jeffers is... Steve Burrows does something stupid. Steve Jeffers is gonna... Steve's looking at this on the forehand. been a positive player in the past. Is he looking to remove Steve Jeffers' bowl? So as you look at the head, Shotwood is Steve Burrows. The one on the left of that, the second bowl, that is Steve Jeffers. Looks like Steve's looking to remove that. He's certainly in the area, isn't he? If he misses that front bowl, he's close here. Oh, he's unlucky. He's giving it a try. He's trying to be positive. Good morning, Artie. Nice to see you on here, young man. So, one to Steve Burrows. Yes, it's one, but he's a bit disappointed with that. Really need to pick up 2 or 3 shots. He's played the brave shot, a little bit unlucky. So scoreboard ticks over after 8 ends. Steve Jeffers is leading by 8 shots to 2. There are 2 ends to go. Steve Burrows could still win this, but on the form across this game so far, that's a big ask. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. Thanks, Jamie. All said in the best possible taste, of course. So, Steve Burrows leads off, puts it quarter short. Disappointed with himself. Pace was good, but under the line. Steve Jeffers also off the line and a little bit through the pace. Steve Burrows, second bowl on the backhand. Better bowl this. Yep, good bowl this. Sit down, that will be extremely close. He wants that to sit though. He wants it to sit quickly. Perfect timing. A toucher from Steve Jeffers. It just slides away under the head on the backhand. Finishes on the forehand side. Don't hang about these two. Steve Burrows chucks this one up quickly. Gets close enough for second. Steve Jeffers swaps to his forehand. I think he's just through this. Close. Yeah, just through. Currently 1 to Steve Burrows. I think Steve Burrows has got first, third and fourth. So what will he play here? He'll be looking, so as you look at the head, you can see the jack just. The bowl in front of it is shot bowl, and the one to the left of that is second. Well, he's just going for the draw. No, he's not. No, he's trying to play his other bowl forward, I think. Resigned to losing this game. Morning, Mark Hamilton. Steve Jeffers' last bowl of this game. This end, I should say. So yeah, the players agree. 1 shot to Steve Burrows. I really need to pick up at least a 2 there. So the game's gone from him. Just looking to save face now. So the scoreboard ticks over. 1 shot to Steve Burrows. And overall the score after 9 ends is 8 shots to 3 in favour of Steve Jeffers. So, final end. So, Stephen Burrows puts it quarter jack, leads off, a wry smile. He's just not quite found it, has he, this game? He's a quality player though, he'll be back. Steve Burrows, is he here? He is. Very good. Toucher. Morning, Ben. Morning, Devon. Good reply from Steve Jeffers. Can't quite see from here his line shot. Try and have a quick look for you after this bowl. It's very good from Steve Burrows. Let's have a quick look for you. Yeah, I think Steve Jeffers is line shot. I'll move back to the same view. Yeah, there's been some quality bowls in this game. Steve Jeffers in particular, his drawing has been impeccable. And that's not taking away some of his good weighted shots. Steve Burrows, is he here? Is he here? Nope. So the last bowl of this game, the last of the group games in their group this morning. Steve Burrows looking a little bit frustrated. It's been a good game, good quality game. Yeah, one to Steve Jeffers. Well played to both. So Steve Jeffers takes the victory, 9 shots to 3 in the last of their group games. Thanks for watching, everybody. The place is just livening up now. Players turning up for the rest of the sessions. We'll have a quick look around the venue for you. Lots of the same old faces. Mr. Proctor, happy to be here again.
Happy to see your face, Carl.
How's your group, Mr. Proctor? Are you top of your group? He's top of his group, no surprise there. All-round class player, Mr. Proctor. Bowls very well. Let's have a look. See lots going on, lots of activity. It's Thomas Coles with his bright red back. Interesting conversations. Old friends meeting up. Bowlers meeting up. Stories of what might have been. Fantastic day. Matthew Warden there. One of the quality players at the moment. Steve Jeffers just taking his scoreboard up. Here's the committee and all the helpers. Just doing their job on a fine Sunday morning. Judith Nichols giving us a little wave, resplendent. Jack Pye chatting her up as usual. Jack Pye in the background. Jack always keeping himself busy. Emma Trott doing all the work. Emma's the real worker of this team. Look at that, never stops. So thanks for joining us, everybody. And as I said earlier, keep joining the bowls. Keep enjoying the bowls. Join us when you can. Please feel free to go onto YouTube, search for the Short Mat Players Tour. Subscribe to the channel, that would be really nice. But most of all, watch the bowls and enjoy some excellent games. Thanks for watching us, and we'll see you all later.